Now you can hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? I'm sure that I'm transmitting to you. You can hear me. Okay, let's stop there.
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. Hi.
Hi, I have some setting issue, but it doesn't allow me to listen. Technology in the age of like trying to share spiritual wisdom, it always gives you these beautiful moments to overcome. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. How are you
Can you,
doing?
can you feel my giant love vibes? Can you feel the like positivity? Listen, Mir, today in Corona and Cash, look, I have my notebook and everything. I'm prepared. Guys, you have no idea how lucky we are today to be talking to Mir because I'm gonna hit him with some amazing questions. Mir, how are you? Are you ready?
Very good. And you?
I'm hot, sweaty, and happy as hell. It's hot here, but I love being outside. So, so this morning I was in a webinar that you do called Corona and Cash, and you like this is really a lot about how to survive, recover, thrive during all of the shenanigans that are happening. But you kind of left a little bit today, and you went into this other area, which I found really, really, really amazing. I loved it, and I
Yeah.
went into it to what would you call, so you went into, would you call this relationship stuff or communication drills? What would you name that area that you took off into today?
I think today spoke about the reason people don't actually succeed in life, the real reason. And of course, it has something to do with communication, but
Yeah,
most people don't actually understand the word communication and what does it mean.
correct.
So,
So
today we went into that.
I'm sharing this right now. Okay, good. So today, what you went into, everybody's kind of heard of this book, The Secret, that has to do with like affirmations and positive thinking, all this stuff that if you look at the lives of the people who are doing it, it's not working for them. But you explained today the actual secret.
Yeah. Today we went into what actually happening. By the way, I hear myself.
I hear myself. Is it an issue on my side? I have Wi-Fi. Let's make sure.
It's an issue on my side. I hear myself.
I
There's a
hear
lot
you
of
fine.
There's a lot,
And I
a
am.
lot of echo.
Let me see if I don't have a lot of ability to modulate the audio. I can try
You
a
do.
different.
You do. You are on PC?
Yeah. So I'm gonna switch to the microphone on the webcam.
Okay, let's try that. Here we go. That's better. I don't hear myself, but I don't hear you either. Okay, now I can hear you, and it's better. That's good. Yes, that's
That could be a perfect universe. I don't know.
yes, it's anything but perfect.
So can you hear me now? And okay, you can because you answered my question.
Exactly. So I can see that we have lots of people joining in.
Good.
We have Sona and Ahmed, hi, and Tressa, hello Tressa, and Pedro, hi. That's so nice to see everyone. So talk to me. Yes, hi Ray, she says.
Hi.
Ray.
Hi.
Okay, so talk to me. What's the question? Give me the question.
So you covered a lot this morning in the class, but I was wondering if you could talk about like easy ways to apply these principles without having the full explanation. Like how you see, like what do I say to my students who I see are under the effect of pulling negative, like one thing, the downward spiral? What do I say other than then you do obviously take? I'm going to request you give that to me as a one-off today because that was such a great lecture. I love it. So. But what do you say? Because it was so powerful. How do we actually bring this in easy steps out into the world?
Yes. Okay. So generally, when someone is in a relationship, we have two people. And when the relationship it breaks because the one side say you are wrong and the other side say you are wrong, and the relationship break. So the relationship is basically a process. A relationship breaking is a process of finding faults. So I find fault with you, you find fault with me, and we want to fix the relationship by showing the other person what's wrong with him.
And that's
because we believe that if I will explain to you what's wrong with you, you will change. So I'm doing it from a good intention, and you do it to me from a good intention. The only problem is that it doesn't work. And the reason that it doesn't work is quite fascinating, and it's a very mechanical reason. Okay, it's very, very mechanical, and I will explain it right now. And I think that it can make a big change to everyone that will understand it. So the basic, and by the way, this basic principle, if you understand it, is actually explaining to you the whole mechanics of how money work, how good luck work, how bad luck work. You really can understand everything through this understanding. So it's important.
It's the actual secret. You actually explain the actual secret today. So
yeah. Actual secret. So the first thing that we need to understand that in this universe, plus and minus attract each other. Okay? And then anything in this universe has a kind of a postulate to get to a point where it's inert. Inert means that it has exactly the same amount of pluses and exactly the same amount of minuses. And the reason why you want to become inert is that you want to become to your native state, which is a spirit, and the spirit is not plus and not minus. The spirit is a nothingness, okay? So you want to get to a situation where you have the same amount of pluses and the same amount of minuses. So now let's say that me and you talking, and I have 5 pluses and you have 5 minuses, and now I start to find faults with you. So when I find faults with you, what I will do, I will push out minuses. Okay, I will push out minuses. I'll say this is wrong and this is wrong and this is wrong, and every wrong thing that I will say will become, I will give you minus, I will become more plus. Okay, now you are in the process of you getting from me minuses, and in the way I'm asking from you to minuses. So you have to give me minuses. You have to attack me back, and everyone around me will get upset and will give me minuses back. So in an uncontrolled manner, what I have is let's say there's 10 people around, 10 people get, you feel it that when you go to a room that everyone is upset, you get upset and you get worried and you know that something is wrong because you need this, you feel this pool of minuses. So now you get more minuses, so you become even more upset, which means you will put out more minuses and you will become more upset because more people will send you minuses. And it's a dwindling spiral. And the problem with that is that it's uncontrolled. And even if now I'm not in a relationship with you, I'm disconnecting from you. Because I created this deficit of minuses, because I'm missing some minuses, I will go around and I will start to see everyone around me bad because I need minuses. I'm hungry for minuses, you can say. You can say that I'm like looking, I'm a radar for something bad. And all of a sudden you see these people that they find more and more wrong things with everyone and anyone. So you will have a person, for example, that will go out and go on Tinder and start to look for a guy or girl. And he will tell you, well, all the girls are really bad, really bad. I don't know what happened with the girls today.
We are really bad. We are.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with the girls today, but they're all very bad. And really, what he's not noticing is that he's the common denominator. So he's the common denominator, and what's actually happening, he's putting minuses, so he will get more and more minuses. Now, because a person is big, we're not talking about one or two minuses. A person have billion of pluses and billion of minuses. At the beginning, you don't feel it because percentage-wise, it's very little. But as time goes on, you become more and more bitter and more upset and more unhappy. And the problem is that if you are unhappy, you cannot be successful because happiness is prerequisite for success. So this process of you putting out minuses is actually a process that kills you. Just 100% kills you without you noticing. It's the actual answer.
Yeah, when you say putting out minuses, like, let's really define this, because is this just like thinking negative thoughts? Is this saying bad things about people? Is it just going around in a bad mood? What exactly is this?
So plus is anything that people consider desirable. Plus can be making money. Plus can be feeling good. Plus can be seeing something as beautiful. Plus can be enjoying a good piece of art. Plus can be anything that it's empowering and cause you or someone else joy. So when you put joy into things, you can say that you're putting pluses out. And when you try to get joy out of things, you can say that you attracting minuses out, because you cannot get joy from things. You can only put joy to things. So when you try to extract joy from things, you actually trying to get pluses, because you know that you get minuses back out, but you will never get it because you get what you put out. And other than having a statement, oh, you get what you put out, actually what's happened, if you put out minuses, you have to get minuses because you become positively charged. So you are a magnet for minus, not from only the person that talked to you, from the walls, from your computer, from other people, everything. And you will see that when things start to go bad, everything goes bad. Computer breaks, and yeah, everything starts to go bad because it's not, it's a mechanical thing of the physical universe, that the moment that you start to communicate, the moment that you start to put out bad thoughts, the moment that you start to put out negativity, you will bring disaster. You cannot fix anything with negativity. The only way that you can do to fix this thing is actually quite fascinating what you need to do to fix it. And it is, the problem with the handling is that it's so simple that it takes hours to explain. Really.
I know. I was in your lecture this morning. It was amazing. And it is simple. It is clear. And that's the thing, is it's almost as if this negativity has a stickiness that for some reason as humans we're like, no, I have to go this way. I have to criticize. I have to find problems with everybody. And to reverse that flow and to actually just like be in another state and put out admiration and feel, it's almost as if you're violating some agreement of like having to be destructive with everyone else around you, and all of a sudden, like it's so simple, but yet everything kind of invites you to collapse under the weight of being like, no, it's terrible, it's dark, it's heavy, it's hard. This whole dramatization. So, how would you explain? So here I am, and I'm like, okay, I understand. I've been putting out negatives, and obviously my life is reflecting that, and it's not what I want it to be. How do I begin to reverse that flow across kind of the whole day? Like I wake up in the morning and what? And then it's midday and then what? Because it's not just like one time, because something pushes it out, you know?
Yeah. So what you do is, first of all, is the understanding of how it works, and then the handling. So the understanding is that you believe, really, really, truly believe that in the physical universe, the only thing to improve things is to find what's wrong and fix it. And because you believe, because you look at the physical universe works like that. Something is broken, you need to fix it. But spiritually, it's not like that. So when you start to identify like the physical universe, when you think that you are the physical universe, you will think that in order to fix things, you need to recognize what's broken and fix it. But it doesn't work like that spiritually. For you as the spirit, as a man, as a person, it doesn't work. Why? Because the more you find bad things, the more minuses you put out. So how do you handle it? The handling is too simple. And all you have to do is to decide that regardless of any invitation to put out negativity, you're not doing it. You're just stopping to put out negativity. Now, when you decide to do that, something amazing happens. At that moment, because people around you still sending you negativity because you used to be negative, you will get overrun by negativity. You will get minuses, a lot of minuses, which means that you will be negatively charged and you will attract positive things.
So this
now
is
hold on, let me finish to explain. You will attract positive thing, but it's uncontrolled. So you will get more positive than negative. So if you don't do something about it, you will get negative again. And you will see people that go ups and downs. They try to be spiritual and they're doing well and bad because they're actually trying to do nothing. So they get a lot of pluses and then a lot of minuses and a lot of pluses, and they've been pushed by life. What you need to do is to decide no more negativity, and you start to put out communication, positive communication in an increasing numbers. Now, how much positive communication? You need to put out more positive communication than negative that coming in. Because when you just stop this negativity, you say, okay, fine, I'm not negative anymore. Other people already in the motion of sending you negative things. You will get negativity. You will get a lot of positive things. You'll get a lot automatically. You will get a lot. All of a sudden, you'll be lucky that day. And it is a kind of thing that people say, oh, I've seen the light and so on. What's happened is they decided to stop negativity. They get a lot of positive things. If they don't get urgently a lot of positive things out, they will get very good and very bad. So you see people that go into a seminar, and this is a kind of a seminar that gives them some kind of good encouragement, and they make a decision, from now on I'm going to be good. They will get a lot of things good in the next few days, and immediately after that they will be the problem is not the seminar and not anything. They just don't understand the mechanism. So you have to communicate out immediately. You need to decide, okay, no more. And whatever happened, I'm not doing anything negative. And you need to start to communicate out positive things. And basically what you're doing, you make yourself negative. Not negative as I'm being negative, but you make yourself negatively charged. So you will pull in, and you pull in good things from all over. And that's the mechanism. If you understand that, there's of course a lot more to learn, and there's a lot. So I understand that, but still I'm just getting upset, or someone just cut me in the street and I'm getting, how do you handle it? There's a lot more to learn, and it's all in the Family Academy. And that's why we're doing the Family Academy, to teach all the different handlings. But the first is understanding the mechanism.
So the Family Academy, this program, when you say Family Academy, sometimes I just think of like parents to child, child to parents, but really this course is about how to relate to other beings. And because really we're kind of all family, like it's a human family. So it's obviously the ones that affect us the most are the people that are super close to us, which is often who we're living with. So thus the name Family Academy makes sense. But when I, like everything that I've heard so far from it, it applies to everything. I mean, when I first experienced this information back, I don't know, September, I found that it improved my communication with my staff and my business, with literally with everybody. So I always, like, every time I hear the family accounting, I'm like, whoa, but there's a lot more. It's not just family, it's everything. Of course, it fixes that one.
Yeah, let me explain why. Actually, what happened is before you can handle other relationships, you have to handle the relationship with your family. Because group relationship can be good relationship only if your family is okay. So if you have a very good base of a family that you have only love, etc., you will see that once you've learned that principle, once you've handled the family academy or the family relationship, automatically your business relationship and other relationship will be improved. For example, if you have a bad day, you just fought with your child or with your wife or with your husband, you know that everything starts to go wrong. But
Funny,
if
flat tire, just like random stuff. You're like, how is this?
and you don't really notice the connection, but the connection is if you ever lost money before that something went wrong on family, children, or sex. And you will see that something went wrong there, and then you cannot create the next level. Now, the interesting part, if your family is good, even if something go wrong at your business, if you've got strong family, if you've got strong relationship with your wife, with your children, nothing on the group can hurt you really, because you together as an organized and close, good relationship family can handle anything, practically anything. And the only time that things goes wrong is when the families start to break down, because the family is the building block of the groups, which are the building blocks of society, etc. So you first handle the family, and the magic is that all the rest of the relationship immediately improve. And of course, the principle are the same principle, but you need to first handle the family before you can handle other relationship. It's weird, but it's true. If you see teenagers that don't have good relationship with their family, internally as teenagers, they have all kind of problem internally. And even if it seems like they don't, very quickly, within a year or two, they find out that they have a big problem. That's why they're using drugs and they do all kind of things, because they don't know how to handle the problem. And the actual reason behind it is the family. Because in my family, there was never a problem with drugs. There's never a problem with anything like that. Why? Because there's good relationship. There couldn't be a problem. So Gal, Hadar, they finished school, they started their own things, they're doing very well. Everything is just amazing. We never had a situation where we had a problem with them. Never, not once I could tell you that I had a problem with my kids. Because the family relationship is the most important relationship, because they build all the rest of the relationship. Before that, you've got yourself. But yourself, you don't have relationship with yourself.
Yeah, Mira, I understand, but here, this world we live in has so many broken families. I mean, most of my girlfriends that have children, they're broken up from the father of the child. So we already have broken families, and some of them have good relations, but a lot of people have like this total brokenness. So what do they begin to do to clean up their life? Because it's a suffering.
I can guarantee the following. There is no relationship, there is no family that cannot be recovered. Not to its beginning state, yes, but to a better state. A much better state from the beginning. Like, if you actually apply what I will teach you in the Family Academy, you will have a relationship that is much better than you ever experienced with your own family. Regardless, by the way, if your family even is not even there, even if they're dead, you will recover their relationship.
Are you addressing that specifically in this course? How do you communicate? Everything?
Everything.
Ooh, so how do we, okay, so
In-
wait, hold on. Let me just stop you right there. So what you're saying is that basically in this next Family Academy, you're going to teach people how to resolve relationship with people who have passed.
100%. Guaranteed.
That is such a powerful practice. So you mean the people who have had a parent die, a grandparent die, a family member die, and it's like left unfinished and it sits on them forever. You're going to teach them how to resolve that?
100%.
That 100% sounds great to me.
Okay, let me just say hi to a few people and show some of the comments. Okay, so this is Tressa and Dustin. Agree, my and Dustin marriage is beyond anything we thought we could create because of the Family Academy. Yes, thank you. And we have another Facebook user. Great question that relates to average family dynamic. Yes, very good. And this is Swapna, beautiful. And we have Pedro that says beautiful. And Swapna again, wow, love this. And we have Ross that says what you focus on grows. Yes.
Ross, I miss you. I hope to see you this week. Great to see you. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, and he says miss you, Ray. And that explains so much. A Facebook user and another one, wow, love this. And we have hearts, and this is the beautiful, most amazing Della. I love Della. You know I love you. And this is Aaron. Oh, Mr. Aaron. Hello. He's an amazing, unbelievable, smart, very, very clever person.
Spiritual mafia. I know that guy.
Yes. And we've got Ahmed. Hi. Turn off the speaker at the right bottom of the screen where you both appear. Okay, no problem. And we have here, hi Ray from Swapna, and hello. Excellent. So let's continue. Any other questions?
Oh boy, really? Okay.
Yeah. You don't have to.
Thank you for asking. Listen, another thing that I see that happens really commonly is criticism. There's this idea of constructive criticism and you talked on this earlier about improving other people. You know, we have this idea to improve someone else, you need to find what's wrong with you, because clearly if you fix that makes you better, but it's totally the opposite and it actually makes them worse. But what do you do if either you find yourself criticizing compulsively or you're receiving criticism? What's the basic, easy?
Okay. The basic principle about criticism is that when someone doing something to you that you don't like, and no one likes criticism, even if they ask, please tell me how I was, what they mean is, tell me how good I was. They just forget they're good. That's what they mean, yes? Whenever someone tell you, well, I want you to tell me how I was doing. Basically, what he really mean or she really mean is, tell me, did you notice how cool I am, how good I am? That's what they really mean.
That's exactly what they mean, because when you get the criticism, here's the thing, is as a teacher or as someone who's a public person, I get so many messages that are like, you're amazing, you changed my life, all of this. And those they lift me up and I love it. But then one person's like, oh, I wasn't happy about this. And I'm like, what? And even though that one person, usually because they did something on their side, it still sits there. And I'm like, damn it. And I try to remind myself, but you get stuck in it. So that kind of yeah, of course. But how do you handle it?
Okay. So the first thing to understand is that when something comes to you that you don't want, and criticism you don't want, you have two options. Number one is to push it away and to be cause over it. And option number two is to accept it and become it, justify it.
So to eat it.
So what happened is that when someone gets criticism one time, he says, okay, fine. This is like a bank account. You've got so much money in the bank, and every time that someone gives you a criticism, they take some money. At one point, they took so much money that you're going bankrupt. So what you do when you go bankrupt, now you become a bankrupt person. You become poor. Yes. So when someone criticizes you, he takes you toward poorness. This is spiritual poorness, not a financial poorness, but it's worse than financial poorness, because if you're just financially poor, you can go work hard and make money. But when you are spiritually poor, what happens is you believe that it's good to be poor. You justify it. You believe that it's good to be poor. If you start to say, let's say someone say, you will never make money, nothing will come out of you. And you start to say, who said that everyone needs to be geniuses? Who said that I need a special car? A car is a car, so I have a broken car. Who said I need a nice home? And you start to explain to yourself why it's okay for you to be useless. And that's never true, because in this universe, if you don't improve, you deteriorate. And when you start to explain why is it okay to deteriorate, the way down is so painful and so fast that you yourself don't understand that you're actually going down. And one day you wake up and you are, I don't know, 50, 60, 70, and you say, what did I do all these years? And you find that you did nothing, because all you were doing, you are explaining why is it okay to be what that person said that you are.
Wow, that's so insidious. Oh my God. Criticism, what a poison. Okay, great. So how do I shake it off? What do you do? So like, I don't want to end up looking back when I'm 80.
Really, seriously, come to the Family Academy. I'm not trying to sell you that. I'm telling you that if you will not learn this knowledge, this universe is set up to destroy you. This universe is set up to destroy you. And what I'm teaching you is set up to free you up.
Yeah, you say this universe is set up to destroy you, but I think that a lot of people think that they have an idea of the universe, what they see around them, as what's going to give them insight about what they should do with their life. Like as if the physical universe, they're looking for signs, they're looking for this. And so you say this universe is set up to destroy you. And I think that's a bit unreal. Like I know what you mean by this, but when you're talking about the universe, it's not just the physical universe, also the way you view it. Like this,
it's the universe. It's a physical universe. The physical universe is basically a universe that says the basic laws of this universe. It's a game, and the game says like that: anything you don't want will give you a lot, and anything you want will take away from you. So you want your life. Every day we're taking away from your life. You're getting closer and closer to that. So we're going to take away from you. And what do you want? You want to be rich? No. You want to be happy? No, 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 no. You want to be serene? No, 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 no. So you will see that this universe is built in such a way that it will give you everything that you don't want, and it will take away from you all the things that you want. And anyone that thinks that the universe, which is a physical thing, which means it's a dead thing, when you think that a physical thing can give you anything, you need to come to the Family Academy, because there's a few things to learn. Because if you will just look, you see that you've been looking for a long time. And if you look at your life, you'll see that your life are not going to where you want to be if you believe that some kind of piece of metal or crystal or stone god or something or the coffee will take, or someone like will go and say, well, I went to a lady and she reads in the coffee. Seriously?
Hold on. I just want to weigh in on this, that the only times in my life when I have felt like going to stars or any of these things is when I was really, really emotionally down. So it's super accurate. Like the moment when you're like really low, you're like, it's like you're grasping at anything. Like, I don't know how I ended up here. Everything's crashed on me. How do I get out? And I will say I have looked at how to get out of this crashing down in almost every system on the planet. I have a high OCD for philosophy. And the reason why I have been with you for so long and advocate not just for one or two of your programs, but basically all of them, is that you've given me concrete answers that allow me to actually address the universe around me so that I can have success in all the areas of my life. So I know that like the Family Academy is the next thing, and this learning about relationships changes everything. But you also have a tremendous amount of programs on your website that are pre-recorded, and some of these are like the Family Academy improves like your this dynamic between you and your loved ones, which improves everything. But let's say that someone maybe thought, oh, I don't need that, which every one of you do. Every one of you need it for sure, because your life is defined by your human relations. But let's say that someone was like, no, but I would need to know more about specifically this one thing. Like I know you have one course called Theater Freedom, but I think you're offering for like $9 or something like ridiculous on the website.
Yeah.
What this course? So I recommend it to a few people, but just for everyone watching, what is that actually? What is the deliverable? What do people get from that?
Okay, good. So the Fear to Freedom that we're talking about is an introductory course to why you don't have what you want to have. And the basic idea is that, when you do something that is not good, that you feel that is not right, what you do, you hide it. You put some kind of a blinder so people will not see. You're not hiding. You're trying to make sure that people will not see you. Yes, exactly. And then you put another one, and then you do another one, and you put another one, another one, and before you know, you have so many blinders around you to prevent other people from seeing you. But unbeknown to you, what happened? You become blind. Now, when you become blind, there is a very interesting thing. If I cannot see this remote, here, I cannot reach for it. And if I cannot reach for it, I cannot have it. Prerequisite to having anything is the ability to reach for it. So if you cannot see it, you cannot reach for it. And if you cannot reach for it, you cannot have it. This is really unbelievable. And you will see that people that don't have, or don't have money, don't have love, don't have something that they want, they've done things in the area that they don't have that prevent them from reaching to that area. And they think that, let's say I have a problem with you, and I think that, okay, fine, I'm unhappy with you, and we have an argument, and I don't want to talk to you. And basically what I say, I put a blinders so you will not see me, and I will of course not see you. And I think that's all okay, fine, I don't see her. She's one person out of 8 billion. What's the big deal? The big deal is that now I'm blind. The big deal is that now I started a spiritual cataract that if you will not remove it, you will become blind.
Spiritual cataract. Well done. I like it. Do you have spiritual cataracts? Hold on. We have a program for that.
Exactly. So we've got a spiritual operation that removes the cataract without actually putting you into anesthesia, but actually waking you up. And once you will see that the magic is that you are so powerful that anything you can see, you can have. Or more correctly, anything you can observe, you can have. And the only reason you cannot have something is that you don't actually see what you think that you see, because there are all kinds of filters. What you see is not what actually is there.
So that understanding of how to see through all the veils, this is in the Fear to Freedom, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so
if you want to get the casting, you want, yeah.
What?
Look at that comment. Okay, that's yes. Another comment that's spiritual cataract. People like that name.
It's really good.
Yeah,
Do you have spiritual cataracts?
that's what you get, right?
It's super good. So so basically so basically, you have a huge amount. Yeah, it's great. I mean, you have a huge amount of these amazing programs. And one of the things that happened a couple of weeks ago is that you were taking a lot of new people, helping them with their questions, and you launched three new programs to get access to regular, because you got saturated. Like I couldn't even get a hold of you, and we do stuff together, and I was all like, "What's up?" Mir got totally swamped, everybody. And so what he did is he just created infrastructure so you can get access to different content regularly. And you have a VIP program which delivers like daily kind of uplifting, how to put those pluses out so you get the pluses kind of stuff to the inbox. And then you have two other programs which actually give people access to your coaching. And guys, I have to say that how I met Mir was I didn't take any of his, I listened to some of his free stuff online, and then I just hired him because I was like, listen, I got some shit that I need you to handle. And and that so I started with his coaching, which was, it's phenomenal. I mean, it's not cheap, but I was like, listen, if you say what you are and you guarantee results, I'll pay you this, fix this. So he fixed it in like, I don't know, a very short amount of time. And actually, we never finished our final session because we're so busy creating other stuff, which is hilarious to me. We never actually, I mean, other things. But the thing with Mir is that spiritual coaching, oh my gosh, guys, one-on-one, it's like all of a sudden exactly the thing that was blocking you for decades. It's just like, he's like, oh, and this thing. And you're like, oh, it's that thing. And then it's gone. So it's super high value. So in his upcoming, I love you, and you really changed my life so much. I can't
I
even
love
say.
you.
But what I'm saying, guys, is that he has a program called Friends, and he has one called Family. And the family one, which is of course the one that I have, you get a hour of coaching with him, and the cost of the family program is way less than I personally pay. And I'm a yoga teacher, so I'm not rolling in it. Yeah, that's how valuable it was, and it was the best decision ever. So your family program covers 1 hour a month of coaching, plus a bunch of emails so people can, harass you with all of their troubles. It's super high value. Where could people find this? Is this something we can?
Yeah, you can go to mayrezo.com under the prosperity program. And the idea behind the prosperity program is that people need coaching, people need help. But in order for them to get to the help that they need a lot of money, and they cannot pay. So I came up with the idea of doing it for masses, for a lot of people. So many, many, many people paying little. For me, at the end, it's the same thing. And
That's really good.
yeah.
It uplifts
So
a lot of people. So by buying these services, you're not just helping yourself, you're also helping others to get access to it.
exactly. So the basic program is like $19 per month. It's nothing. And what it includes is a daily tip of what you need to do. And you will have to do that because
Otherwise,
most people think that they come to a program and they're becoming a effect, sitting there and doing nothing. But I make sure that you actually do that, because from time to time I'm checking on the results and I'm checking what's happening. And if you don't improve, I will give you a correction program. And if you will not do that, first of all, if you'll do that, I will guarantee that it will work. Just do the drills and it will work. I guarantee that it will work. Even if you do the drills stupidly, as long as you do them, I guarantee the results. And if you don't do them, I will not agree that you will pay me and continue with the program, because I'm all about results. The only thing that I'm interested in is result. And for as long as you do the actions, you will get results. And if you do the action and let's say you didn't get results, which never happened, but let's say that it did, I will fix you even if you pay me $19. You will get results. There is no question about it. You will get results. Okay?
I agree. And I can say, after having worked with you, been your student for almost a year now, one more month and it's a year, that you have completely delivered on everything. And and then some. And then like if I have a crisis or a problem, I can reach out and he'll prioritize. If you really have a crisis and I'm like, hey, this thing's happening, the generosity of your spirit has been profound. That's why like I have so much respect for you. So guys, that's an amazing program. Mir has a lot of programs. So if you feel a bit overwhelmed by how many options there are, feel free to contact me, and I'm happy to like help you advance your personal development, because there's a lot that we can do. It's just you need kind of the right steps in the right order. And so if you feel a little bit lost, go ahead and write to me. I'm easy to contact. My name is Ray Indigo. Same thing on like Instagram. I'm easy to find.
Maybe Amit, can you? How can they contact you? So Amit can write, and then I will show it as a comment.
You can write my email. My basic one is just rayindigo@gmail.com. Of course, I have all kinds of fancy ones, but they all end up in that place. And then, of course, I'm on Instagram as Ray Indigo Yoga, and Facebook as well. And I respond messages pretty fast. So if anybody is like, hey, I would like to know, like, where should I begin? These are the things I'm struggling with and I'd like to resolve. I could point you in the right direction and happily take you through all of Mir's different options. And some of you, I'll meet with you and I'll advise you that you need probably to do a private lesson, because if you're struggling with something and it's sitting on you for a decade, like guys, if you have one thing that's been sitting on you for a decade, and then you have someone that can actually change it, but it's more expensive than a normal coach, but they'll actually get the results, it's worth it to spend that money. And that's why I ended up.
It's also cheaper.
It's cheaper in the end, because the other person who's cheaper doesn't actually get you the thing you want. So you want to solve your problem, you need to go to someone who can actually spot where the problem is and say, do this, this, and this. And not only that, but I will guarantee that you'll get that. And that's one of the benefits of working with you. Magical Miracle.
Thank you. Look at your email on the screen. Is it correct?
Yes, that's perfect and fantastic. Guys, feel free to email. Well done. And also manage the tech universe. So if you're kind of like, I don't know what to do, which program might be right for me, just write to me and I'll reach out and we'll see, and we can get you some nice free content that can start to handle something right now, and then look at where you really need to invest to grow.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. If you have if you have right now any quick question that you want to ask, you can write in the chat before we ending, and I will answer it. One thing that I can tell you for sure, you really want to join the Family Academy because it will cover basically what you need in order to expand into life. Really, this is really the purpose of the Family Academy, is to get you the data you need and to remove the nonsense that you have in your head that you don't need, so you can actually create the life for you and for your family. So you will be able to create the life that you wanted for yourself and your family. Our classes already started for the current Family Academy. No, it will start in about 2 weeks. We have one more free class on Saturday, this Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Nice to see you both. Yes.
11 a.m. No, it's 11 a.m.
Yes. Yep, it's 11 a.m. Nice to see you both. Every time I hear you speak, Mer, you are spot on. Looking lovely, Ray. I agree. Looking lovely, Ray. I don't know about the spot on, but the looking lovely, yes, for sure.
You are spot on. You are spot on. You answered everything I asked today. You were spot on for sure.
Thank you. Thank you. Arjuna, hi. Okay, good. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ray. Please follow me on Instagram, Meir Ezra Official, and follow Ray. And Ray, your Instagram is?
Ray Indigo Yoga. I'll teach you how to bend your body into beautiful shapes.
Oh my God. Never mind, don't connect to her. Okay, thank you very much. Have fun. Bye-bye.